Okay, everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Let's Talk Life with Leticia Latrice, the Princess of Phoenix. We're here at Radio Phoenix with my special guest, Miss Donna K. Harris, my one and only mother in the whole wide world. Welcome, Mom.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's such a pleasure to have you on the show today.
I'm thankful to be here, honored.
Well, the good news is that we've been celebrating Mother's Day. We just want to give a shout out to all the phenomenal mothers that, are raising all the beautiful children of the world. And happy Mother's Day to you also, Mom.
Thank you very much. I love being a mother. Best job ever.
And you're the best mother I could ever have, just for the record. Thank you. I think I said it, but I'll just say it again. And so, everybody, today we are celebrating a year of the Let's Talk Life show. Can you believe I've had my show for a whole year?
Time goes by fast.
And I'm just so thankful and honored for the opportunity to work with Radio Phoenix and them to give me a platform to share my knowledge and, encouragement with the world. So shout out to radiophoenix.org. So, Mom, what do you think about my show, and do you love it? What's your critique?
Well, I've called you princess since you were an infant, and now you're a grown woman. So that the princess love continue, and I'm blessed that you're still alive as well, and moving on with your life and your career, and putting God first. So I'm thankful for that.
Yes, and to anybody who ever wants to know how I came up with the Princess of Phoenix, I naturally got it from my mom.
Yes.
She crowned me as a kid, as the princess. Now I'm just the Princess of Phoenix. So, hi haters. Anywho, today we are going to be discussing, again, the anniversary of my show, but it's really a special edition because my mother and I have put our blood, sweat, and tears into a new book that we wrote. And we just want to share it with you guys and let you know kind of the concept behind it and where we're going with it. And the name of the show is the book is How to Heal from Sophisticated Slavery. Everybody can get this book, Barnes & Noble's, Author House, Amazon, wherever you need to get it, please. That would be so great. And so we just want to share with the world, our experience as African American women and the tools that we use to heal from sophisticated slavery. Luckily, people aren't on the plantation picking cotton and getting beaten with whips and chains and things of that nature. However, we do feel that slavery still exists. It's just in a subtle form, microaggressions, things that necessarily aren't as obvious as they were, 50, 60 years ago, but we're still suffering from the trauma that our culture has experienced.
Well, some are still obvious. Black men getting killed all the time. That's still obvious.
Well, this is the thing. Unfortunately, it continues to get worse and worse, not covering it up. What I'm just referring to is the fact that it's not the same as, 70 years ago.
In all areas.
In all areas. However, that doesn't mean it still doesn't exist.
Amen.
And that's why we call it sophisticated. Because now it's just camouflaged and covered up.
And cute.
And cute.
But it's not cute.
It's more like the corporate plantation. Just get us off the corporate plantation. But anyway, so I just want to read a little excerpt from the book because we all know what we've experienced in slavery, the negative impact that it's had on our culture, and we just want to encourage people to move forward. Let's just move forward so that us as a culture can heal. We can, set ourselves up for success in future generations because it is something that's still holding us down and keeping us in bondage, and we need to be completely set free.
And thank goodness I work in a university, and that's a teaching environment, and I'm hoping that this book can teach everyone that wants to heal. Thank goodness I've chosen the university route to plan and educate and advise in my daily work. And I'm hoping that this book can also be a teaching tool for people that want to enhance and heal and better their lives.
For sure, for sure. And so, what we basically are saying here is that it's important to highlight the issues that are keeping the African American race in bondage. And instead of letting those issues go unresolved and cause more problems, we suggest ways to heal and to move forward, to end the cycle of dysfunction. So, this book discusses numerous ways to heal from sophisticated slavery, and we actually created as a workbook so people can, because we feel that everybody has their own way that they cope with things, that they handle things, that they heal from things.
Amen.
So we provide multiple options and multiple ways that you can try to heal. And so basically here we're saying that once you've discovered what are the issues that are still impacting you, then you can either reach out to a friend, a counselor, a spiritual advisor, or spiritual, minister, something of the clergy, or a psychiatrist to aid you in the process. And the goal is that once you've healed yourself, then you can also share what you've learned with other people in the community, and that's the goal, is to heal the community as a whole. So, Mother, what do you have to add in terms of what's going on with the book?
Well, I think it's so important to highlight in the book. There's several chapters talking about different areas that Leticia and I both I probably have more areas since I'm a little bit older than my daughter of things that I see from our past that we need to have work on. Health, it's a chapter about that.
Actually, we're going to get into the chapters in the next segment, okay? So everybody stay tuned. We'll be back after this next segment of Let's Talk Life. Okay, everybody, we're back with the next segment of Let's Talk Life. I'm here with my lovely, beautiful, talented, intelligent mother, Donna K. Harris. She's all the way from Minneapolis, Minnesota, visiting for the Mother's Day holiday. We had such a fabulous time celebrating Mother's Day. And now we're here discussing the new book, How to Heal from Sophisticated Slavery. I'm just trying to crack this thing open so that I can try to look at it complete. So, Mother, you were just discussing what the chapters were that we covered.
Right. I don't want to give all the book away, but I want to give enough to encourage you to go purchase it. We have different areas, like I talked about, health, community, education, prison, all the list is long and long, and you guys, all the readers and listeners know retirement. The list goes on and on and on of different areas that we know affect our lives in a good and a bad way. But in the book, I'm breaking down the chapters that I feel are most prominent and giving some tools and encouragement of ways that I have learned and in my education areas that you can grow and learn and heal from. Also, there's parts in the book that talk about ways as a community that we can heal, organizations, because I feel it's not just African American people that need to work on sophisticated slavery. I think Caucasians, Asians, everybody of all colors and race, to me, can come together and work on ways and techniques and workshops so that we all can heal and work together. I don't think that the healing process should be left up to the White House, the politicians, your mother or father. I think a lot of this work needs to be done individually. And in the book, like I say, it's more so of a journal so that you can start writing down things that are affecting you that you talk about within yourself in the shower or when you're sleeping at night or when you wake up and have prayer or meditation. Things that are really bothering you, you can start learning the art of journaling those things down. And when you do that, that's when the healing begins. And I think it's so important that all of these things are looked at in an introspective way, so that when you write them down and start to talk about them, that begins the healing process. So the book is really phenomenal. It came to me one day, which all of my thoughts come, and I was praying and meditating, and the word sophisticated slavery came up, and I'm saying to myself, well, spiritually, what does that mean? Because, I do believe that we all have a quiet voice that speaks to us spiritually, um, the things that we just don't talk about, amongst people, that happens when we're in a quiet place. And sophisticated slavery just came up, and I said, well, that must be something that I need to look into more. Spiritually, I started having insight about what to write about, what chapters I felt that are really affecting us today as a culture, and the things that I feel we can heal from. So I encourage people to buy it, work on the workshop as a workshop tool, work on it as an individual tool, however way that works best for you, and start journaling, start going into yourself introspectively to see what's bothering you, taking those steps to heal, then it can move out to the community. So I think it's really, I have 3 books out. I think it's really a great work of art. Leticia and I both came together. She has a really good introspective and awareness of younger people. She's in her 30s. I'm of course her mother, so I'm older. I have a more of an elder kind of perspective on life and things I've seen, things I've heard my grandparents say, my mom and dad say. So all of this history is in the book of ways to heal and move forward.
For sure. So that's what we are focusing on, are solutions to help manage pain, stress, and anger. The book will provide positive methods for moving forward and healing to get to a happy place. We feel if every African American can individually change their behavior, take the time to heal, that eventually the entire African American race can be healed as a whole. United we stand, divided we fall. We can individually heal from sophisticated slavery so that we can move forward as a community. And like my mother said, we want this book to also be a form of education to other races, for them to realize how they can contribute to healing, to help our healing. I truly feel like, as a community, it's up to us and we have to do it ourselves. As you were saying, Mom, it starts with you first. But, this is not exclusively a book just for African Americans. Any race that is willing to aid in the process and be truly supportive in a positive manner and authentic about it is also welcome to join in the movement.
Right. I think sometimes we as a culture look at who's running the White House, who's a Democrat, who's a Republican, who's our church leader. All of these things are fine and good. But me, myself, I don't spend a lot of time and energy on that. Your strength, your knowledge, your journey, how you live your life is strictly up to you. Nobody's going to guide that. No one is going to lead that. Nobody but you, and whatever spiritual awareness you have that you love in your life is so different for everybody. But I feel that if we spend less time on those individuals helping us and guiding us, and more time on us healing from sophisticated slavery and what we're going to do as a people of healing and growth, I just think it'll make things a little bit more better, little bit more loving, a little bit more caring, a little bit more passionate. And that's what I would love to see the world move towards. So that's why we wrote it. And I think the benefit of it for everyone is just going to be phenomenal.
Yes, I completely agree because we often look to other races to rescue us, to save us. They would have saved us a long time ago if that was going to be the case. So now it's time to look inward first individually, then as a community, how we can heal and grow and move forward together and become self-sufficient and support each other's businesses, support each other's movements. All of that is all encompassed in just being able to heal and move forward because I feel like we all know and realize the horror stories and what's happened from slavery. We still see everything that is still happening across the nation concerning, young black men being killed and discrimination and racism. But we still need to figure out how we can heal from that and just move forward.
And make it positive. I don't think and I don't believe in violence. I don't think we need to holler or raise our voices to make any of these things happen. I think it all can be in a positive, loving way. And I think if you do that within yourself, that radiates to the community, it radiates to whomever you meet. And I'm a true believer that if you move by that kind of energy, the whole world can just be a better place.
Yes, we just suggest everybody act in love. Just move and forward with love. If you start with love first, then everything can heal and really move forward.
That's what I have for you, Leticia, my little Donna.
Oh my gosh.
The love of my life. So that's what I have for you. And I try to show that to people I meet at work. As far as my personal life, I try to make that a little bit different. But as far as work and church and everybody I meet, it's so important to at least show one little bit of kindness, one gesture of goodwill. Just all of these things are tiny, but believe you me, they can change someone's whole day. So this book has great tools of how to do that, steps on how to do that, steps for corporations to do it, how you can have workshops. I just really encourage everybody to purchase it. I think it will change your life.
Well, the other thing too is that, like you said, it's a workbook, so people can write in it and just take the time that they need and use the strategy that's going to work best for them. Again, like talking to a counselor, talking to a friend or a relative, speaking to a member of the clergy, and just different outlets that people can use as support systems to help in the process because we have to do it together. Alrighty. Well, everybody, we thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Let's Talk Life with Leticia Trees. I'm once again so honored to have my mother here on the show. And again, I'd like to give a special shout out to all the mothers in the world that are holding it down, doing their thing, working so hard, raising their children. We also have another book which is called Spiritual Secrets of How to Successfully Be. Spiritual Secrets of Successful Single Parenting.
That's why I was with you, Leticia. How can you forget that?
I'm so sorry.
That's also in the bookstore, and I have Spiritual Poems by Donna Harris out, so I have a total of 3 books out. They're all very kind and loving, and like I had mentioned, very good tools on how to raise children without raising your voice, and I don't believe in physical abuse of any nature, so the book talks about that, at least the first one does. And I just really have enjoyed writing all 3 of these books. They have spiritually enlifted my life and guided my life. They were sent to me spiritually for me to write them years ago. They've been in the makes, gosh, for at least since 1978. And I feel like they were a labor of love, God, passion, words that are very kind and respectful, and I think that they'll help and enlighten your life and your families.
Well, Mother, I just want to thank you for always instilling in me to make my mark on the world and to be great at everything that I do. You are my inspiration. So this is just such a big accomplishment that we've made together. It's a dream that we've had for so many years that have come true. So just thank you so much for all your love and support over all the years. I don't know where I would be in life without you. Okay, so you guys, thank you so much for supporting the Let's Talk Life show for the past year. If you haven't seen any of my episodes or you want to catch up, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Let's Talk Life with all one word, or like me on Facebook, Let's Talk Talk Life with Leticia Latrice. You can catch up on all the episodes from the past year and stay tuned for some great episodes to come. I'm excited and so honored to have my pastor, Reginald Steele of Kingdom in the Valley Church here in a Christian church here in Phoenix. He'll be coming on next week, so you guys stay tuned for that. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.